All right, guys. I'm trying this as a new setup. Let's see if this works. All right. This should be easier for everyone to see. I don't have that long today, so let me go down and remove all these drawings. Wait, how do I get the YouTube chat up, docs? Hmm. I don't know. I don't know how to get the chat up. Let me see how it looks though, at least on the stream. This is again going to be a little test stream to see how it looks. I tried changing it around after some feedback yesterday that people weren't able to see the chart as well. So hopefully this works a little bit better. Okay, there. It looks like there's a lot of space on the camera end. Okay, let me move that. Transform, center to, nope, not center to screen. Transform. There you go. So we got that. Let's move this down here so people can see that. All right, and then let's see the white background. Sorry, guys, I'm just trying to fix this quickly. Does that look better? Let's see. All right, I need to move this away from my face so I don't talk into your guys' ears. Okay, and now we're good. Let's get started. Sorry about that. Um, okay. Pulling up my journal so you guys can see. So I'm making a video on this journal, guys. If anyone has any questions about it, go ahead and ask in the chat. But in general, what this is a very detailed journal. It goes through my step-by-step kind of process for analyzing for what I look for in a trade and assigns points values to them to make an objective trade. Okay. Um, Sometimes I don't do it right then, but most of the time I try to do it right in the moment is get that objective trade. So here's the journal right here. Okay, let me make this bigger. Okay. Can I make this better to look at? There you go. So here it is. Basically, you can see my different types of strategies right here. What I assign the points totals to. We have the pre-entry scores, my total entry scores. Pre-entry is the what you look for before you take before you even see the entry occur. And then the actual entry is um, would be the size position, so the total entry score. And then we have my trade log right here. This is an idea of my trade. So let me go ahead and get this to be visualized. Okay, so you guys can see this. We have a bullish structure right here. On the higher time frame, this was in a discounted zone, so that means the structure itself is bullish as well. And when you see that bullish structure, that bullish movement, you're looking for some sort of liquidity. Now, I have two areas of important liquidity. Either I want to see this act as minor structure right here, where I look at the higher time frame of this and see a rejection. I know we're going upwards because of the higher time frame, or we have a minor structure. So this is just a retest of the trend, and this is a structure that forms some sort of high and low, but wasn't big enough of a retest to really look like a higher low. Okay, and so that's where I got this entry right here for my little inverted fair value gap, where we broke the structure, and then I look for the long position for 1 to 2. Okay, so that's what we're looking for today on the charts. All right, and then hopefully we'll be able to find some sort of entry here. And if anyone has any questions, let me know. Dude, love you, man. Samsung, appreciate it, guys. Hi guys. My chat's not working on my actual computer, so I'm trying to figure out how to get it to work on my actual computer again. All right, so let's go ahead and look at the chart here. I'm going to zoom out. Let me see. Is that actually a lower low right there? So you guys can see right here. It is. So this is acting as a high and low right here. So we're going to go ahead and draw the lines. And most likely we are in a discounted zone. So I could, if I wanted to, look for a long trade to come up for this liquidity down here, to grab this liquidity up here. Okay. I don't think we've moved down enough to see that, but we have been consolidating. So there's a potential chance that we will move up in this general location. Chuck Norris, what is that comment? That's like the first thing I see at 10:30 in the morning. Chuck Norris died today 86 years ago. Okay. I'm just joking with you though. That's funny. The all right, let me go ahead and get this started. I don't have long today. Tomorrow, not tomorrow, Monday I'll have a little bit more time to be able to trade. I'm going to get some lunch with someone. All right. So we have liquidity. We are currently in a bearish trend. So we need to be careful. So if I do want to enter a long position, or a short position, we are currently what's known is in a possible, this is going to be a risky trade. So we need to make sure that I don't trail anything. I don't take the risk of trailing anything. The main reason of that is we don't want to take the risk of price itself moving down. Okay. Our price itself taking us out. And so taking us out from the top side right here, this liquidity that I'm marking. So because we don't want to take that risk right here at this liquidity, we're now just looking for price itself to give us a temporary move. And so I'm looking for that 1 to 2 trade option. All right. So looking down right here, okay, we marked all that. We have a low, we have a high. And so now this is our low. This is confirming the general trade direction that we've been having. Okay. So we are still bearish here. And although this is acting as liquidity, do you guys remember that minor structure I said earlier? This still acts as that minor structure. This side over here. So this is acting as minor structure to the left side over here, which will eventually get grabbed. And usually it's pretty soon. To the left over here. Let me see what people are saying. Okay, how the hell do I get my chat up? If anyone has any questions, let me know. We're gonna be trying my best to get things situated. Okay, and so now we have that. We have the general trend direction. So we have high, low, high, low, high, low. And this is the previous high and low that we have had. And because we're so bearish, I got to be very careful with entering on this time frame. But this is a potential retest where we could grab liquidity on both sides right here. And this also is acting as bullish structure. So if we see a reversal here, then we could take a trade to the short side. If we see the continuation up here, then we could take a trade to the long side as well. And if anyone has any additional questions or would like a cleaner graph, you can look at the trades I took the other day on my live stream, and that will help out you guys a lot. Okay, so we should retest back down into here. And the reason I do these little dots is just it aligns me with the market position, okay? Let's see how this reacts here. Okay, so we're getting a retest in the general trend right here. We did not have a gap at this area that I'm marking. So because we did not have a gap, we aren't taking any trade. All right, so we're just waiting for a potential entry here. All right, let me know if anyone has any questions. I need to make this a little bit bigger to fill more space on the screen because the screen is very... There you go. What's up, Poppy? How you doing, man? Oh my gosh. Where the heck is the... Oh, there's the chat. Finally, I found the chat. Okay, let's see if this gives me the setup here. I'm still interested in a long if it does give me a setup. I got to be very careful because we failed again at the top of this range, so it might not work out. It's showing a lot of bullish sentiment, so didn't give me the reversal at the liquidity. We're continuing down past the breaker structure down here. This would have been a great trade right here. It didn't give it to me though. This is going to be a shorter stream, guys, but if you want to watch back, we can afterwards. Let's see if there's any setups occurring on the time frame. Okay. So we have this high and low. We have a change of structure right here. So this is a change of structure. We are now bearish on all fronts. We have liquidity above here. It failed. No entry on the liquidity. Oh, wait. There might be an entry. Okay, a retest. I'm looking for a retest back in the range for a good risk to reward. No entry, but this is probably going to work out. This is such a good move. We'll see. Oh, that's so sad. This is the scalp, by the way. I was looking for some sort of retest. I should have waited. Oh, maybe? Oh, I should have waited. But risking 180 here. I need to get 360. There you go. And we're out. Hyper scalp, guys. Hyper scalp. That's all I'm looking for. Got my 1 to 2 right there. 364. Moved it down a little bit. And let me go ahead and record that on my chart. Literally, how long was that trade, guys? How long was that trade? Like three seconds, maybe 4 seconds, 5. I don't know. But all the setup is we are bearish, right? You see this red circle. We have this not minor structure because we didn't form a high and low, but we do have this obvious liquidity right here. And we have a obvious order block we're going to come back to. Okay? Right there. We have the gap that formed above the liquidity and a clear closure, a strong closure. And we luckily did, unluckily, luckily, one way or the other. I didn't see the true confirmation. We got tapped at the best area of entry right here. Tap for the best price. Stop loss above here. And my take profit was down here for 1 to 2. Okay? And that was the overall trade. I bet you this is going to move even lower. This will probably move all the way down here to this liquidity. I want to check my Bitcoin trade from yesterday. I took a Bitcoin trade, not a real one, but like a simulated one. I want to see if it ended up working out from yesterday that I called out. Oh, no. We're just hesitating here. Still could work out, but no. Not currently. We'll go back and check that later on. I called it like 1 to 9 on that one to see if it worked out. But yes, we did. Oh, let me get some music up. I don't know what I'm doing. Okay, wait. Get some music up. Okay, there we go. I got some.
Imagine being able to build an app with your name on it.
Nope, still no music.
Just by thinking about it.
Crap. Let me see. There we go. Ugh. All right. So we took one trade. We're up 300. You can see my balance increased right there. And let me go ahead and chart that. Didn't give me a setup on that one. Okay, copy that image, and I'll show you how I walk through my journal. All right, so let's look at this together. So what did we do? We have the trend clarity right here. I know it's going to be hard for you guys to see. So the higher time frame, it's pretty bearish. It wasn't clear, though. It wasn't 100% clear. We have our trend momentum. We did have decisive candles, but, you know, it's not in general on the higher time frame. Not really. I would say 1 point as well. Structural distance, we were actually at a discounted area for a bearish trade, so that one would be 1 point. For the gap formation quality, okay, let's see if you can see this better. All right, so gap formation quality that we had here, oh sorry, the gap formation was really clear. That's at 3 points. Retest behavior was perfect as well, 4 points. Large candle body, I'm not giving it a 5 because 5 points is no retest, basically. A candle body, a large candle body closing near the high, that was the 2-pointer. There was a large candle body. Candle context, clean level, no wicks piercing through the structure. I agree. Momentum at entry 2. So this is a 16 points. Perfect. And all I remember that is, oh, this isn't my actual journal. Give me 1 second. That's my copied one. Here you go. This is all for this account, by the way. Okay, so it's 3:20. What time is it? 11:13. It was 11:09 when I took that trade. That was a setup 1. We had a short 6:16 full size. I don't even know what my risk was here. I just know what it looks like generally. Oh, I have one right here. 25 pips. Roughly 25 ticks to get 50. 25 ticks. Ticks to get 50. Ticks. W. And then what did we make on that one? 364. I usually don't leave a runner. Okay, let me go ahead and post this. I don't really have any feedback. I handled that one really well. Okay, we're coming up for the liquidity now up here. I'm going to be very careful for the next trade I take. Unless there's a certain trade in the next 15-20 minutes, then I might be done in a few minutes. This fits my other setup so well. I mean, it's just a simple retest, pullback retest, but we failed to move down. I do believe this is moving up to this liquidity I marked earlier. If you could see, it's moving back up to here. Oh. There you go. Got it working. All right, we reversed the trend now. We have some minor structure right here. We're moving very bearish right now. Okay. Oh crap, I don't need that. All right, and let me get my circle. We're now in a bearish sentiment. This was a change of structure. This market structure right here, it's going to act as some sort of liquidity where we could reject at this order block if we wanted to, but just be patient. See if we get anything else. If we don't get anything else, oh well. I'm happy with my $300 today. And again, this is over 3 days, by the way. So you see my account balance. I'm risking 150 to 200 per trade. Full size, 75 for partial size. These are 2 funded accounts I'm working on right now. And if you would like to support me, again, anyone that would, you have an opportunity. The only way I support is the freest way I know how, with the least scummy, which is just through Whatnot, through using my invite code, through my personal Whatnot account. So that's the best way, because I get $5 from that when people do that. Which it basically is like TikTok for selling items stuff. If you've never heard of it, there's like plenty of ads on it. But I'm not sponsored or promoted or anything like that through them, so it's just I buy a lot of stuff on there. It's the easiest way, because I buy a lot of stuff on there and I like coupon codes. I don't want to ask money from people who are learning to put money in the market. Do you guys notice? Look at this. So you guys know that minor market structure we had right here? Look where it tapped into. So how do you know the difference between if it's going to grab that minor structure that forms below a high or low, or if it's going to respect it? So you know if the difference is if this price only moved down to like right here, that's a smaller move. Most likely that minor structure is going to get a bigger retest, right? But because we move so far down so quickly and we have so much momentum, like we moved all that distance with barely any retest, this now can act as a order block. Okay. We did retest, by the way, back in this trend, so this technically is a new high and low. This is now acting as the new high and low right here. So we'll see if this is able to give us some sort of set here. And you notice something else. We also had the minor structure right here that actually ended up holding. But this can also act as liquidity in a second. There you go. I don't like that. That's not a clear setup anyway. So we're just being patient. But yeah, if anyone has any questions, let me know about my strategy, or if you want to know anything about in general. I'm happy to. I don't care about speaking about anything. Makes it a lot more entertaining for me. The trading strategy you see on the screen is the correct strategy. It's just very simplified. So there's a lot more things I look for that it's based off experience, okay? Let me give you guys a little tutorial, okay? So, like I said, there's a difference between minor structure, major structure, and then in general the higher time frame structure. Okay, so everything acts like a rock paper scissors, right? Not even rock paper scissors. Everything acts like a waterfall. Do you guys know the movie where the food slowly goes down the levels? I think it's platform. That's the same exact thing idea we have here. The higher time frame is plentiful. It gives us all the information we need to have. Then my secondary time frame has a little bit less food, and then finally the one that I look for that little scalp entry on has the littlest food available. So if you see something on that scalp entry but you're not considering the higher time frame, right, then you're not getting the full picture. Now that sounds easy, but in general the higher time frame is very difficult to conceptualize when you're trying to put it in terms of the lower time frame market. If we see this, right, we might think we're bearish, but what happens if on the 5,000 we're starting to consolidate like we are, but we're starting to consolidate after it's made a massive move down? Well, then we have a chance of grabbing liquidity on the top side, so we need to consider that. Now, what happens if we're bullish and it's looking like it's bearish only on that 100 time frame? Then we don't know, okay? So that's what I consider. I consider discount, okay? Which we're not in discount right now. Discount is the ideal entry for a continuation of a trend, right? So I'm going to look for all my entries within discount. So I use my Fibonacci zones to identify discount, right? Jesus Christ, look at that. This is technically an entry. I'm just not going to enter it. I don't like these types of gaps that show up. But this is technically an entry. If we get a retest. That would be technically an entry here. But I would not take it. Unless I get that retest and that confirmation that we're moving below again. Alright. So we'll see if we get that entry. So yeah, that's the higher time frame interaction. So if you notice, why did I take this trade right here? You know, in general, we're bearish, right? So I know my higher time frame interaction is we failed this high three times, okay? So because we failed this high 3 times, I know that the price structure or the price action is most likely going to continue that bearish move, at least for a liquidity grab, okay? And we got that. We got it for at least that liquidity grab right there. So I know I was safe to take that 1 to 2 trade because my risk was so small. And if you're confused, or if you don't think, if you think this is all a hoax or anything like that, you can check out my live stream from my 2-hour live stream where, I got a few wrong, but I got more than 50% of the calls right, even if I didn't take them. So, and that's all that matters, is getting more than 55% of the calls. And some of them were 1 to 10s, 1 to 8s. So, but again, this is for entertainment. So please just be aware. Don't take advice from a person who probably doesn't trade your time frame or trade your pair or trade your strategy, okay? And we shall see. We shall see. Okay. I like this setup a lot more. I think this is a lot more clear. It's a little bit blurry on my end. Why did this just reset? Why did my balance just reset? What the fuck? I'm not crazy, right? I need to show you guys this. Wait. Like, I'm not lying. Look at that. That's my current account balance right here. For this challenge. For this Top Step challenge. What is going on? I don't know why it's showing 6-7 now. And we're not playing that meme. I don't know why that messed up. This is technically an entry. Like I said, this trade would have worked out if I took it off the initial entry, but I don't like gaps. I don't like these types of gaps when I'm trying to look for my trade, even though they do respect it most of the time. It's something that just needs to be filled, and it becomes a huge issue. Okay. Let's wait up. Let's see if anything happens here. I might be live again later. I'm just going to get some lunch with someone, so I might be live around 2 p.m. as well. So it's just whenever I'm available, I'm going live. So if you ever see a live stream or anything like that, and you want to get more information on how I trade, I try my best to explain it as clear as possible. But you know, it's very difficult when you're a newer trader trying to learn things, right? Technically, you could take this as a order block right here. I'm not a huge, I don't have a lot of knowledge on order blocks, but I guess you could. I don't know if it gives you the setup. Let's just do it for fun. I'm not actually entering it, but just for fun, to see if it works out. I've never back tested like how to properly trade these, so I don't know. But here's the setup for me. Sorry, I'm looking to see how this will set itself up. All right, it failed my setup. It looks like it's gonna fail my setup. Let me make sure. Yeah, it failed my setup. So no entry for me. No matter what it does at this point, it had too many wicks into this zone. Just for an example. Sorry, I like to always test things out. If I was hyperscaling this, let's just see. For fun. No, it won't work out. Boo. I know this isn't gonna work out. Please don't take examples of these because this is not my strategy. And I technically can enter this as this does fit my strategy right here. I just don't like the risk to reward, and I would prefer to get it before it runs to liquidity usually. But hey, I mean, you could always take this trade if you wanted to. Oh, I'm getting a phone call. Give me 1 second, guys. right, sorry about that, guys. I got a few more minutes to see if an entry comes through. It held. That sucks. No entry for me. I wouldn't really enter this that much anyway. This was the main one I was looking for to see if it gave me a good setup, a clean setup, and we didn't get it. So I would not enter that ever. Let's see if we can get a good setup here. I don't know why this is not accurate, by the way. The top of my screen is not accurate. The 50,677. All right, guys. I do have to go in a few minutes. I will be live around 2:30 p.m. as well, okay? All right, so I will be live around 2:30 p.m. again. Just trying to catch a few more trades. Only took one trade today, but it was a very quick, very well executed trade. If you would like to see that, you can go back through. This is a fairly short stream. I shared a lot of my knowledge, a lot of my strategy. This was the trade, if you would like to know. A simple gap fill, IFVG, fitting with the total trend. We see this change of structure right here. We saw this minor structure right there. Higher time frame was bearish as well. Although choppy, it was bearish, so I was being a little careful with making sure I took a certain trade right now. I'm not seeing anything else in general, so I'm going to probably go ahead and start getting ready to go to lunch, and I'll be back around 2:30 p.m. Okay? If you guys have any questions, any comments or anything like that, any feedback on the stream side, please let me know. I'm trying to fix the layout of it. Okay? But I will see you guys again at 2:30.